Tonight's workshop was obviously on the Constitution and legal ethics. We have a wonderful new Constitution, which is in fact a document that does affect many aspects of our life and many aspects of your legal practice. Indeed, the Chapter 2, which is the Bill of Rights provision, and the fact that we have now such a wide range of rights, which includes both socioeconomic rights, means that as lawyers and also as those people who work within the legal system, you need to be aware of those rights. Similarly, it's also a matter that should be known by those in the public service generally, because as you know, Chapter 2 binds not just the executive and the legislature, but also the legislature, the executive, and the, I'm forgetting my three arms of government now, judiciary. But more so than that, all administrative decisions need to be based on the Bill of Rights. So even if somebody is digging a drain, they need to be aware of the rights of the Itauke landowner or the freehold landowner or the person who's leasing crown land, for example. So that's very, very important. Ethics, of course, as you know, as has been seen recently by the Independent Legal Services Commission cases, that is in short supply in Fiji. And that's a fact. Within the legal practice, in fact, I was a couple of days ago, we signed a memorandum of understanding between the Fijian National University and the government of Fiji regarding them producing a brochure for the first time in Fiji's history on the rights and obligations of anybody that wants to stand up as a candidate in the upcoming elections. Wonderful thing. And during the course of that, I also made an announcement that we are looking at providing training for people who would be candidates for the parliament. So once the nominations have closed and we know exactly that these 200, 300, 400 people would be standing as candidates, the idea is to provide training for them. Because many would have never entered parliament. Many would not know what is your duty as a member of parliament, or what happens when the speaker walks in. When do you stand up? How do you dress? Do you chew chewing gum when you're in parliament? When can you speak? And it was very interesting because when I made this comment, which obviously would be a good thing, the whole idea of having this type of information and setting new standards is to ensure that whichever institution that we are working in or working for is given that level of respect and dignity. In Fiji, we have a problem, and the problem has been in the past that we do not have strong institutions. When you don't have strong institutions, then politics and personalities take over those institutions. And it creates an enormous lack of confidence in that particular jurisdiction. So this is why there are certain etiquettes in court when you go to court. Because if you do not respect the court, then the court does not have much mana. It does not have that level of respect. So when it hands down decisions, nobody will take it seriously. If you have lawyers sitting there and chewing gum and not wearing their jackets or wig and gowns, then obviously it diminishes that particular institution. In the same way, if you do not have that respect for the legislature, you will diminish that respect and dignity and make those institutions vulnerable. That is why these sorts of workshops are very important. But getting back to my story, and the story was that when I made that announcement saying that we're at the moment talking to some donors about having a workshop for would-be members of parliament, and I said because many of them would not know what to do if they were elected. What's the procedures? What are the standing orders? And I said, indeed, as has been shown, that some of the members previously in the House of Parliament do not know what to do. The reaction that has come from the politicians has been actually quite mind-boggling, because they've reacted quite, I would say, violently to it, and personalized the whole issue. But that just goes to show that we have so much emphasis placed on personalities that we do not place emphasis on institutions. In the same way, you as lawyers need to place a lot of emphasis on the legal fraternity. This particular set of code of conduct, a manner in which you behave with each other, and how you conduct yourselves before magistrates, before judges, and indeed between yourselves. The level of honesty, the integrity that is required because, as many have said, the legal profession is a noble profession. The nobility, I think, sometimes has gone out of the legal profession, and we need to bring it back. The Legal Aid Commission, of course, plays a pivotal role now under the new constitution. As the judge would have highlighted, that many of these provisions in the constitution now gives legal aid a pivotal role in terms of a person's ability to enforce their rights. This is why this year, as the Honorable Prime Minister announced, we've given $4 million to Legal Aid Commission to be able to ensure that those rights of ordinary Fijians are enforced. And we like to also thank the chairman and his commission, the members. They've worked very, very hard. I know some of them have been literally going down, looking at what the carpenters are doing when they're setting up the new offices. That's the kind of practical assistance they're provided. I'd like to pay a wonderful, they've done a wonderful job, and pay homage to them. And also the director and his team, Shaheen and various of the others, administrative officers. They played a wonderful role in enhancing not just the capacity and the capability of the Legal Aid Commission, but its reach. And we are set to open a lot more offices throughout Fiji in the next few months. So I hope you will take what you have learned over the past couple of days and apply that individually in your own practice, and of course spread the good word about it. I wish you a very good afternoon. Thank you.
Andi Kolora Naliva. Priya Chand. Jeremiah Savo. Anil Chand. Varsha Feria Urbano. Saif Izan Shah. Christina Choi. Miliana Tarai. William Nainima. Stephanie Chanel Dunn. Talay Keen. Kelly Bulamaindave. Michael Fasetu. Swarvana Prakash. Salimoni Karusi. Christina Panikar. Jeremiah Wangai Nabete. Varani Sese.